Welcome to today's episode of the Denver Broncos' quest to plug their roster holes ahead of the trade deadline. The deadline is on November 4th, and the Broncos are trying to win a Super Bowl this season. Unfortunately, I don't think their roster is quite in a position to do so. But the trade deadline could be the perfect opportunity for the Broncos to strengthen some of these weaknesses and put their roster in a much better position to compete for a Lombardi trophy. Today, I want to talk about the wide receiver position, which has been a topic of conversation here in the Mile High City over the last few days. Several notable reporters, including Adam Schefter, have said the Broncos are a team to keep an eye on in terms of making a move at wide receiver. I think Denver's looking for a specific type of wide receiver. They've got Troy Franklin and Marvin Mims, who are both speed merchants. They've got Courtland Sutton and Pat Bryant, who are both your prototypical X receivers. I believe they want to use Mims and Franklin more in the slot. In order to do that, they need somebody who can be a Z receiver. A guy who can be the flanker, you can bring him in motion, all kinds of stuff like that. Jerry Jeudy was the Z receiver, and I don't think Denver has truly had good production from that role since Jerry Jeudy's better years here in Denver. I'm still firmly in the camp that it was the right move to move on from Jerry Jeudy, but you still need to figure out what that role is going to be long term for the Denver Broncos, who is going to fill it. And I do have a player in mind who is possibly being linked to the Denver Broncos via this report. I want to bring this in from Jeremy Fowler. Jakobi Meyers of the Raiders. Will the Broncos do business with a division rival? I doubt it. But there are stupid organizations out there, and this new Raiders regime with GM John Spytek has kind of proven to be a little bit dumb. Pete Carroll's there, and he's kind of the stabilizing force, so I don't think they would do business with Denver just based off of Pete being there. But for the intents and purposes of this video, based on what Jeremy Fowler is saying here, we're going to assume that the Raiders are going to be stupid and they would entertain trading Jakobi Meyers to the Denver Broncos. Let's go ahead and read what Fowler has to say. Teams I've talked to believe that Meyers has a decent chance to be dealt, possibly the best chance among available wide receivers. Las Vegas has received interest in the 7-year veteran, and my sense is the Raiders want a strong pick for Meyers. A swap of day 3 picks won't do it at this stage. Several teams are believed to be in the receiver market, most notably the Steelers and possibly the Broncos and Bills. Meyers clearly wants out. He reaffirmed that the other day. And the Raiders are in a transitional phase. They just signed veteran Tyler Lockett, who knows that system. He knows the culture with Pete Carroll and Geno Smith from their time together in Seattle, so that could ease the loss of dealing Jakobi Meyers. Pittsburgh is keeping tabs on this one, but is prepared to be patient too. If Fowler had to predict a destination for Meyers, he would say the Pittsburgh Steelers. Other teams seem to be looking for more of a vertical threat than a possession receiver. On the season, Meyers has 29 catches for 329 yards. He's predominantly played in the slot this year, but he's played the Z before. I believe he would fill that role in a hypothetical trade to Denver. He's got 213 snaps in the slot as compared to 137 snaps out wide this season. Let's talk about the finances, and then let's talk about what the trade compensation could be here. Jakobi Meyers is in the last year of his deal. He's got a $14.968 million cap hit. Then he's got a couple of void years. Those are just for financial purposes. Those would be the Raiders' problem. Realistically, if Denver were to acquire him, they would end up extending him to lower this cap hit. The Broncos only have $6 million in available cap space. Meyers is about to be 29 years old. He's going to be 29 on November 9th. So, I think probably a 2-year extension, keep him here until he's 31 years old. That would make sense. So extend him through 2027, turn these void years into actual years basically. Give him a nice signing bonus. That way you can spread the cap hit across these 3 years evenly and make it manageable for both the team and Myers. In these next 2 seasons, you're not going to have the Russell Wilson dead money on your books anymore. So I believe that financially the Denver Broncos could make this work. As far as the draft capital, the Raiders aren't going to deal him for cheap, especially when you consider he'd be coming to a division rival, so this would probably take a 3rd round pick. I don't know if the Broncos are willing to give up that much for any player in a hypothetical trade, let alone Jacoby Myers, but that's the price you would have to pay. So, for me, realistically, I'm not making this move. I'm passing on Jacoby Myers. I've seen the talks about it here in Broncos country, so I figured I'd get in on the action and make the video about it, but I don't see it making any sense. Rashid Shaheed makes a ton more sense, and as of right now, he's my top target at the wide receiver position. But if I had to guess, at this given position, Denver's probably going to stay pat. They might make a trade at some other position, like tight end, offensive line, maybe inside linebacker, but at wide receiver, I'm not sure if I buy these rumors. I think they're going to stay with what they have with Cortland Sutton, Troy Franklin, Marvin Mims, Pat Bryant. They like the young nucleus that they're building in their wide receiver room. That's why they were so comfortable trading away Devon Vele. I don't know why they would go out and just add another player to the receiver room and basically give up the draft pick that they got for Devon Vele. You could have just kept Devon Vele at that rate. So I don't know if Denver's going to make a move like this, but I figured it was at least worth talking about. All right, Broncos country, let me know in the comment section below. Do you think the Denver Broncos are going to be in on these Jacoby Myers talks? And do you think the Raiders would give any consideration to trading Jacoby Myers to the Denver Broncos? Drop those comments down below, guys. I would love to hear your thoughts as always. Be sure to leave a like on this video as well as subscribe and ring the bell so these videos appear in your notification feed. I would really appreciate it, guys. Those are both free and easy ways to show your support. It helps tell YouTube's algorithm to push us out, and it helps us get seen by more and more members of Broncos country just like you and me. Additionally, if you guys want to go above and beyond in supporting the channel, please consider becoming a channel member today. I would really appreciate it. It's not mandatory whatsoever, but if you guys want some extra perks and incentives in exchange for helping me out and helping this channel grow, helping improve the production quality of these videos, I would really appreciate if you would consider it. The link is in the description below. Alright guys, and until next time, I'm your host Gage Madrid, saying peace out.